House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is dropping hints that an impeachment inquiry could be imminent as he's demanding more information about the business dealings of President Joe Biden and his family.
If you look at all the information we've been able to gather so far, it is a natural step forward that you would have to go to an impeachment inquiry.
A White House spokesman called the idea a, quote, crazy exercise rooted not in facts and truth, but partisan shamelessness. And Donald Trump, meantime, is arguing that the speaker should skip the inquiry altogether and move straight to a vote, writing, "These lowlifes impeached me twice. I won and indicted me 4 times for nothing. Either impeach the bum or fade into oblivion. They did it to us." NBC's Sahil Kapoor joins us from Capitol Hill. A lot of pressure, I think, still on Kevin McCarthy from some House Republicans. Donald Trump wants it to move straight ahead. What's happening where you are?
Hey, Chris. Well, Speaker McCarthy clearly is facing a lot of pressure from his right to move forward with impeachment, but he faces a divided party and a slim majority on how to move forward. McCarthy is trying to navigate this by saying all we're trying to do here is open an inquiry into impeachment, gather some facts without promising what would come next. As you point out, even there he's facing pressure, pushback from Donald Trump, who says, why even do an inquiry? Just go ahead and impeach Joe Biden. The problem with that is many House Republicans are uneasy about going down that road. They say they've not seen evidence of wrongdoing by President Biden that would warrant such a drastic step as an impeachment inquiry. That begins with the 18 House Republicans who sit in districts that Biden won in 2020. You know, there are a lot of symbolic votes that these members take on Capitol Hill that may be unpopular with constituents but never really make the kitchen table. But impeaching someone who their constituents voted for, that is a pretty dramatic step. There are other House Republicans who agree that they haven't seen evidence and say they would prefer to focus on matters of governing. They got a very jam-packed September coming up with things like government funding and a farm bill to do. They'd rather focus on that. The White House, as you say, pushing back here, calling this a baseless impeachment exercise, citing remarks by other Republicans who say they haven't seen evidence and labeling this a, quote, extreme far-right political warfare to lie and try to politically damage the president instead of working on matters of governing, Chris.
We've only got 30 seconds left, but what are you hearing about some concerns about a possible government shutdown?
Those concerns are only growing. The tension has been building as Congress is set to return next week after a month-long August recess. The basic dynamic, a little bit similar to impeachment, as McCarthy is facing a lot of pressure from his right-wing members who are demanding cuts to funding, who are demanding conservative provisions be added to a government funding deal, things that can't make it through the Senate, Chris. And he's having he's going to have a difficult time navigating that by the time government funding runs out at the end of September. He's calling for a short-term bill. They're saying they don't even want a short-term bill. The fears are they may have to touch this stove before they are willing to back off and agree to a bipartisan.
We've seen that happen before. Sahil Kapoor, thank you so much.